Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to say something that might shock you. Something that might even make you uncomfortable. Never save money. Yes, you heard me right. Never save money. But before you close this video, before you think I've completely lost my mind, stay with me. Because this isn't about being reckless. This isn't about spending everything you earn. And this definitely isn't about destroying your future. This is about changing the way you think about money. It's about breaking a belief that has quietly controlled your life for years. And by the end of this story, you might never look at your bank account the same way again. Let me tell you about a young man named Armin. Armin grew up in a small town. His father worked long hours at a local shop. His mother stitched clothes late into the night. Every rupee mattered. Every expense was questioned. Every coin had a purpose. From childhood, Armin heard the same sentence again and again: save your money. Don't waste it. Life is unpredictable. So he listened. When other kids spent their pocket money on snacks, Armin saved it. When his friends bought new clothes, Armin wore the old ones. When he started earning his first salary, he didn't celebrate. He didn't travel. He didn't upgrade his skills. He didn't invest in himself. He just saved. Month after month. Year after year. He felt proud watching his bank balance grow. It was his security blanket. His shield against uncertainty. His proof that he was responsible. But something strange started happening. While Armin was saving, the world was moving. His friends were learning new skills. Taking courses. Starting small businesses. Building networks. Traveling. Meeting mentors. Failing. Trying again. They were not just earning money. They were growing. Armin, on the other hand, was stuck. He avoided risks. He avoided investments. He avoided opportunities that required money. Because in his mind, spending money felt like losing it. He believed saving money meant protecting his future. But slowly, he was sacrificing it. One day, Armin met his college friend Samir after many years. Samir used to be average in studies. Not the smartest. Not the richest. But there was something different about him now. He was confident. Calm. Focused. They sat in a small cafe, and Armin asked, "How did you do it? How are you earning so much now?" Samir smiled. He said, "I stopped saving money." Armin almost choked on his tea. "What do you mean?" Samir leaned forward and said something Armin would never forget. "I stopped saving money, and started investing in myself." Those words hit hard. Samir explained that after college, he didn't focus on building a big savings account. Instead, he spent money on courses. On books. On workshops. On traveling to conferences. On meeting people smarter than him. He bought tools that made him more efficient. He paid for mentorship. He invested in his health. He even started a small side project that failed twice before it finally worked. "I wasn't saving money," Samir said. "I was building value." That sentence changed everything. You see, most people are taught to save money for emergencies. Save money for safety. Save money for the future. And yes, having an emergency fund is smart. But here's the dangerous part. When saving becomes your only strategy, you start living small. You start avoiding growth because growth costs money. You start saying no to opportunities because they require investment. You start fearing loss so much that you never give yourself a chance to win. Armin went home that night thinking deeply. He looked at his bank balance. It looked impressive. But when he looked at his skills, his confidence, his network, his growth, he felt poor. He realized something powerful. Money in the bank does not automatically make you rich. Value makes you rich. Skills make you rich. Experience makes you rich. Connections make you rich. Health makes you rich. Money is just a tool. And a tool that is never used becomes useless. The next month, Armin did something he had never done before. Instead of putting all his extra money into savings, he enrolled in a professional course that he had been postponing for 3 years. It was expensive. He was scared. He kept thinking, what if it's a waste? What if nothing changes? But he did it anyway. The first few weeks were uncomfortable. He felt behind. He felt unprepared. He felt like he didn't belong. But slowly, something started shifting. He began understanding things he never understood before. He started meeting ambitious people. He gained clarity about his career. And most importantly, he gained confidence. That one investment led to a better job opportunity. That job gave him exposure. That exposure gave him ideas. Those ideas led to a side project. And that side project eventually became a source of income that was bigger than his original salary. Now let me ask you something. If Armin had continued saving every rupee and avoiding risk, would this have happened? Probably not. Because sometimes the biggest risk is playing too safe. There is a difference between saving money and hoarding it. There is a difference between being financially responsible and being financially fearful. When you save money out of fear, you shrink your life. When you invest money with intention, you expand it. Think about it. You don't become stronger by storing food. You become stronger by eating it and using that energy to train. You don't become smarter by stacking books on a shelf. You become smarter by reading them. You don't become successful by hiding money in an account. You become successful by turning that money into value. Money is energy. And energy must flow. Now I'm not saying you should spend everything recklessly. I'm not saying ignore savings completely. What I'm saying is this. Never save money at the cost of your growth. Never save money while ignoring your potential. Never save money if it means staying stuck. The real goal is not to have a big bank balance. The real goal is to become a person who can create money anytime. Because if you have skills, knowledge, discipline, and courage, you can rebuild. But if all you have is money and no growth, one crisis can wipe it out. Armin eventually built a system. He kept a small emergency fund. But after that, he divided his income into 3 parts. 1 part for living. 1 part for investing. 1 part for self-growth. He treated self-growth as non-negotiable. Every month, he learned something new. Every month, he improved something. Every month, he upgraded himself. And over time, something magical happened. Money stopped being his goal. It became his byproduct. The more value he created, the more income followed. The more he learned, the more opportunities appeared. The more he invested in himself, the more confident he became. He realized something powerful. Saving money makes you feel secure. But investing in yourself makes you unstoppable. And there's a huge difference. Security keeps you safe. Growth sets you free. Let me tell you another part of Armin's journey. A few years later, there was an economic downturn. Companies were cutting jobs. Salaries were being reduced. Armin's company faced serious challenges. Many employees panicked. Some had large savings but no additional skills. They were terrified of losing their jobs. Armin was calm. Not because he had the biggest savings, but because he knew his value. He had developed rare skills. He had built a network. He had multiple income streams. Even if he lost his job, he knew he could survive. That confidence didn't come from saving money. It came from investing it wisely. Eventually, he did lose his job. And instead of breaking down, he started his own consulting service using everything he had learned. Within a year, he was earning more than ever before. Now think about your own life. Are you saving money, or are you saving yourself from growth? Are you building a bank balance, or are you building a future? Are you protecting your comfort, or are you chasing your potential? The biggest lie we are told is this: if I just save enough, I'll be safe. But safety without growth is just a comfortable cage. You might feel protected, but you're not progressing. And time is moving forward whether you grow or not. One day, you will look back. And you won't regret the money you spent on learning. You won't regret the money you invested in health. You won't regret the money you used to start something new. You will regret the chances you didn't take. You will regret the risks you avoided. You will regret playing small. There's a mindset shift that changes everything. Instead of asking, "How can I save this money?" start asking, "How can I multiply this money?" Instead of thinking, "What if I lose it?" start thinking, "What if this changes my life?" Instead of focusing on protecting what you have, focus on expanding who you are. When you become more valuable, money follows you. When you become more skilled, opportunities chase you. When you become more confident, doors open for you. Money is not the foundation. You are. And if you strengthen the foundation, the building can always be rebuilt. Never save money if it means shrinking your dreams. Never save money if it means saying no to growth. Never save money if it keeps you stuck in fear. Save wisely. Invest boldly. Grow consistently. Because the ultimate goal is not to retire early with a large bank account. The ultimate goal is to live fully with courage, skills, and freedom. Imagine two people at the age of 60. One has a large savings account but spent his entire life afraid to try. The other invested in himself, built experiences, created impact, and maybe faced losses along the way. Who do you think feels richer? Wealth is not just numbers. Wealth is confidence. Wealth is options. Wealth is freedom of choice. Wealth is the ability to create. Armin learned this lesson before it was too late. And today, I want you to learn it too. So the next time you get paid, don't just think about how much you can save. Think about how much you can grow. Buy that course. Start that project. Upgrade that skill. Improve your health. Expand your network. Read that book. Take that calculated risk. Because money sitting still does not change your life. Money used with intention does. And remember this. The goal is not to have money. The goal is to become the kind of person who can generate money anytime, anywhere, under any condition. When you reach that level, savings become secondary. Because your real asset is you. So never save money. Save your potential. Invest your money in becoming unstoppable. And watch how your life transforms. If this story made you think differently, if it challenged your old beliefs, and if it inspired you to invest in yourself, then don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful stories that shift your mindset. I'll see you in the next one.